Air Force General warns F-35 still far from ready for war. Problematic jets not worth including in war plans. U.S. Air Force's Deputy Chief of Staff for Strategy, Integration, and Requirements, Lieutenant General Clint Hinote, provided new insight into the state of the F-35 stealth fighter program in an interview with Defense News. The general stated that there was no value in including the Air Force's F-35A fighter fleet in war games simulating future high-end conflicts because it was highly unlikely that the troubled stealth fighter would be able to make a contribution. It wouldn't be worth it, he said, as every F-35 fighter that rolls off the line today is a fighter that we wouldn't even bother putting into these scenarios, indicating that serious improvements to the aircraft would be needed to provide any viability for combat against a near-peer adversary. The general also cited the F-35 as limited range, which in the context of a war in East Asia was a major limiting factor. The F-35's range is notably far shorter than the U.S. Air Force's prime Cold War-era fighter the F-15, and then modern Chinese fighters such as the J-20 and J-16, which are both currently in serial production. General Hinote's interview followed multiple reports pointing to the fact that the F-35, despite entering service in late 2014, is still years away from being ready for high-intensity combat against a high-end adversary. One of the more widely publicized of these reports was published in the National Interest by Marine Captain Dan Grazier, and highlighted a host of alarming problems, and the F-35's lack of progress in nearly every essential area, to bring it closer to a combat-ready state. Among many other issues, these included continued malfunctions for most combat-crucial computer systems, major cybersecurity vulnerabilities, and so many cracks, requiring so many repairs and modifications to Navy and Air Force variants of the aircraft, problems with which would prevent them from even flying supersonically. The F-35 program has been subject to growing criticism, with the last holder of the post of Secretary of Defense under the Donald Trump administration, Christopher C. Miller, referring to the program as a monster the military had created and to the fighter itself as a piece of. Former Senate Armed Services Committee Chairman John McCain previously referred to the F-35 as a textbook example of the country's broken defense acquisition system, stating in a briefing to the Senate, the F-35 program's record of performance has been both a scandal and a tragedy with respect to cost, schedule and performance. The fighter's underperformance had criticized by sources ranging from military think tanks such as the NSN and the RAND Corporation, to organizations such as the Project on Government Oversight and individuals such as the Pentagon's Chief Weapons Tester Michael Gilmore and Marine Captain Dan Grazier. The Pentagon repeatedly highlighted that the F-35 suffered from poor reliability and that the aircraft's high operational costs could make it unaffordable in the numbers initially intended to be purchased, with technical challenges repeatedly delaying the Pentagon's granting of approval for full-scale production, which has yet to be granted. The U.S. Air Force is reportedly seriously considering deep cuts to planned orders for the aircraft, and instead acquiring cheaper and simpler jets possibly based in the F-16 design, an aircraft which first flew in 1974. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel. Goodbye.